What is up, YouTube? Pink Reaper here. Back with a video finally uploaded after God knows how long. Has it been two and a half weeks, 3 weeks? Basically, I want to upload this video. I want to have something to upload. I want to talk about why I haven't been here in, forever. I haven't uploaded anything in forever. Basically, the quick and dirty of it is I got a new job. I got a new job recently. It's a full-time position, a supervisor position, 40 hours a week kind of job. I got this new job probably, I want to say about 2.5 weeks ago. My first real day was a little over 2 weeks ago. But when I got it, I still had my old job, and I even said, I want to give my 2 weeks notice, but they really needed me trained, and there's certain things I had to do within the first 10 days of getting hired. Certain training things I had to do. So when I was in that 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks of my job, my old job, I was also working my new job. I was basically working about 70 hours, or not 70 hours, but around 70 hours a week, 68, 70 hours a week. And because of that, I've had very little free time. I've had no days off in the last 2 weeks. Tomorrow will be my first day off in about 2.5 weeks now. Got a lot of money though. Yeah, rolling in it. Get at me. Make it rain. But I really just haven't, I've been exhausted. I really haven't had it in me to record in the last couple of weeks. I've just sort of wanted to chill whenever I get home. And sometimes I haven't even been able to do that. Some days it's like work 8 a.m., off 10 p.m., go to bed to wake up at 7 a.m. to work at 8 a.m. the next day. So if you can understand what I'm saying here. So anyway, basically all I've really been doing is, playing whatever. I was playing League play on Call of Duty Black Ops 2 with Asnize and Ref. I ended up Masters rank 16 on my ladder. Once the month ended, woo, go me, I'm so good, yeah. Pro player, MLG status. Couldn't get Ref into Masters though. Platinum rank 1 for like a whole week. Kid's mad bummed. Anyway, the other thing I've been doing is playing Pokemon. I started to get back into it again. My buddy Max finally got Pokemon Y, so he started kind of really playing. He's really weird about it though. Like he doesn't want to play online unless he can build a team. On Simulator, unless he can build a team in his game as well. But he can't do that because he doesn't have Pokebank and he doesn't have Gen 5 or anything like that. So I don't know what he's gonna do. Yeah, I'm talking crap about you, Max. I know you're gonna watch this video. You watch all my Pokemon videos. But anyway, I was playing tonight, grinding it out. April Fools, they had some hilarious sprites on there that you won't get to see because in the replays they don't have them. But I had this match, honestly it was about 20 minutes ago. And the only reason I say 20 minutes ago is because I tried to record this video and I failed. So this is take 2. But anyway, I'm going to keep it on normal right here. It's a kind of long battle. Against a very stallish team, as you can see here. He's running a Manectric, a Greninja, Ditto, Skarmory, and Sableye. Manectric is sort of his attacker, his annoyer Pokemon, and it's actually one of the better ones you can run for a stall team. I actually think it works extremely well for a stall team. It's kind of free. Volt Switch off 130 base speed means not a lot of, or 135 base speed I think it is. Not a lot of things are going to catch you. You basically get to attack for free. But anyway, I opened up a Conkeldurr expecting the opening Manectric. Didn't expect the Electro Ball, but it doesn't matter too much. I Drain Punch to get health back, so whatever. He goes into Sableye. I knew he was going to go into Sableye and knock off its item, and then I go into Moltres knowing he's going to try and Will-O-Wisp. He doesn't know what type of Moltres I am, so I know he'll switch out, and I substitute. At this point, in comes Blissey, and at this point, we're going to get a little bit stally here. All I'm trying to do here is basically waste its moves. I want to waste Heal Bells, I want to waste Wishes, Seismic Tosses don't really matter. Blissey can't really do anything to me. My assumption is that it's a Wish, Flamethrower, Heal Bell, Seismic Toss, Blissey. That might sound really weird, but it's sort of the standard for Blissey nowadays. Flamethrower is for really specific Pokemon, but it really helps on Blissey. It allows it to deal with like Ferrothorn and other random Pokemon that otherwise Blissey would have no options against. And I mean, generally the fourth move on Blissey is going to be like Protect or something, and if you're going to Wish Protect, that's better off done by Chansey. So at this point, I'm just sort of throwing up Toxics, throwing up Substitutes, throwing up, or Roosting when I get the chance. Unfortunately, this plan kind of goes awry when something bad happens. I get Critical Seismic Toss, which does 200 damage. I'm joking. That'd be insane. Oh, no, it would be 150 damage. I forgot. Criticals in Gen 6 are 1.5. Anyway, I miss my Toxic right there. So I'm just sort of like, well, bummer. I'm out. I Roost up, heal my damage. I go for another Toxic. Just to sort of... I'm basically just sort of hoping I can force it to do Heal Bell or Wish or something like that. But he actually just switches. He makes a double switch right here, which actually doesn't work out that well in my position. Well, it kind of works out well in my position. Conkeldurr comes in against Manectric. Manectric can't do too much to Conkeldurr, but I don't want to take the damage, because I know he's just going to Volt Switch. So I actually switch out to Landorus here, and now I'm going to switch out again, expecting an HP Ice. He doesn't HP Ice, though. I'm not sure if he doesn't have it or what. I wouldn't know what his moves would be, then it'd be Overheat, or Heat Wave, Electro Ball, Volt Switch, and what? But anyway, he goes into Ditto, gets my Landorus. I'm actually really surprised that U-Turn from Landorus did so little damage to Umbreon right there. I also totally forgot that my Landorus had U-Turn, so there's that. I go for a Foul Play just in case he like had gone for like Earthquake or something like that. But then I wish right here, I bring in Conkeldurr to bring it back all the way to full health. I don't know why I went for the Drain Punch right there. I'm making poor decisions right here. And it's right around here I start thinking like I need to deal with this Sableye. I go into Umbreon expecting a Will-O-Wisp. I basically wanted to get him burned. Doesn't work, and unfortunately it's a Taunt Sableye, which I really should have seen coming. I was hoping he would have Foul Play or something instead, or maybe not Substitute. Substitute would kind of bummed me out, but he doesn't. So I go into Landorus right here just to throw up Stealth Rocks, because I need those Stealth Rocks to stop. Like, entry hazards against a Stall team is really important, because they will do a lot of switching, and Stealth Rocks is basically just free, and I need to deal as much damage to the Manectric as I can as well. My original plan here was actually going to be, I needed to get rid of Sableye, and at that point I was just going to try and find a way to set up with Scizor. If I could get +2 and I can get Manectric down to about 30% health, I could just Bullet Punch through it. Right here I go for Scald on his Sableye to try and get the burn. I don't get it. I expected the Blissey right there again, but I went for Scald anyway just to try and burn it so I could get a free switch into Umbreon, which works actually. He goes for a Wish right here. Now here's where I think he made a huge mistake. He got a free Wish right there, and he could have gone to any Pokemon, but he goes to Greninja. He really should have gone to Manectric right there. He could have put Manectric back at, like, really high health. Granted, Manectric can't do much against Umbreon, but, Umbreon can't do much against Manectric, so, especially once it U-turns out. And then I get really surprised here to find out he's got a Toxic Spiking Greninja. I was expecting to just get, like, Hydro Pump or something and die. But he doesn't. He goes for U-turn right here, does a good chunk of damage, but it's whatever. I'm already back at near full health because he let me, use my my Wish there. I was kind of hoping he might stay in, go for normal spikes as well, so I could kill it. Nope, he switches right out. Miss my Toxic again, which is kind of a bummer. In comes Skarmory as I go for a Wish. Blissey's not going to do much to me when I'm at 51%. He can't 2-hit KO me on anything. Or he might be able to, but I wasn't planning to stay in anyway. I go ahead, Wish, bring back my Empoleon to full health. That's another really important thing. I see since he's using so many hazards, I need to keep my Defogger at full health. Basically ruin his last set of turns by getting rid of all of his entry hazards right there. I want to pause right here. So I knocked off right here just to get rid of its item. I went Mega just so I could do more damage. Now he has Stealth Rocks up, and I'm really expecting a Whirlwind right here. But the thing is, no matter what he Whirlwinds me into, I'm basically at the advantage. If he goes into Moltres, even though I'm at like, I'll be at like 10% health or whatever because of the Stealth Rocks, he has to, like, I'm free at that point. I'm faster than all of his Pokemon except for Greninja and Manectric. He can't really do much with Skarmory. I can Roost for free and heal off all the damage, and it forces his Skarmory out. If he hits me into Umbreon, I start getting free wishes. He can't really do much about that. If he hits me into Conkeldurr, I get free healing from Drain Punch. Can't do much about that. If he hits me into Landorus T, who's not burned, I don't think right now. I don't think anyone's burned on my team right now. Again, he has no options against that. I can set up my own rocks. He might start trying to set up his own stuff at that point, but if he does, I just U-turn out into Empoleon and just get rid of it all again. I go for Swords Dance right here because I don't really care. Like, the damage I would have done with Knockoff right there would have been so minuscule it wouldn't have mattered. I actually end up in Empoleon again, which is great. It's like, well, whatever. I'm at an advantage here. I can just get rid of your stuff. So I do. I get rid of his Stealth Rocks again. At this time, I switch into Umbreon for the burn. I needed him to get burned, and he did. I'm basically sacrificing my Umbreon right here, though. Again, I was really hoping he might go for, I was really hoping he would go for Recover right there, thinking I might try and Foul Play and kill him, but he doesn't. I knew he'd probably Recover right here. I go into Landorus again. Right here, you might think this is really weird. I'm about to Earthquake the Sableye. Obviously, I got burned right there. It, didn't do that much damage. The reason I did this is because I know he has a Taunt Sableye, and he knows I have Stealth Rocks. I've used it. He saw it when he switched in his Ditto, and I was sort of hoping he might go for the Taunt, knowing full well that Stealth Rocks would really screw with him. In the long run, it was probably a better play that he didn't, since Sableye is actually more important to his team. More important to his team than not having rocks up, I should say, than the clear field, because he could probably force me to defog. But that's what I was hoping for, basically. Right here, I'm like, he's more than likely not going to taunt me. He's definitely not going to taunt me. He has to recover, else he's going to die. So I Stealth Rocks. Free for me. I expect I expect another recover here. He can't burn me, he can't knock off me, he can't really do anything. I expected the taunt here because he knows I'm a stall typer, so I go straight for stall type Moltres, so I go straight for the Flamethrower. Now he's at almost, basically he's at almost death. And I go into my Umbreon right here, expecting a switch out into Blissey. What I get is Greninja, which is unfortunate. I wanted it to be Blissey so that I could Heal Bell and just get rid of Burn on my team. Doesn't work, unfortunately. His Greninja comes in and kills me. And then he goes into Manectric. This is where I get a huge advantage. Manectric was kind of a weird choice. Because he knows I have my my Conkeldurr, which he can't really do anything about. I expected maybe Skarmory or something like that. Skarmory forces more specific Pokemon in. It forces a more specific Pokemon he can more easily deal with, which is Moltres. But for some reason he goes into Manectric. I go into Conkeldurr. I know he's going to Volt Switch. I know he's going to go into Sableye, expecting me to try and kill his Manectric. But I don't want to kill his Manectric. I want to kill his Sableye. So I go for the knockoff. I could have gone for Ice Punch. I think Ice Punch is a little bit stronger, but it's whatever. He goes into Greninja. I get not surprised here, but sort of. I was sort of hoping he wasn't running this, but he was. He's running Shadow Sneak. I've seen it a couple times. Hadn't seen it in a while. It's a very good move on Greninja. He goes for the U-turn right here. I go for the knockoff, just basically wanting to hit whatever comes in. I didn't expect him to use Toxic Spikes or anything like that. He doesn't really have an option against Empoleon. I can bring Empoleon in. And here is where he quits. Right. This is really weird. Okay. He has a Choice Scarf Ditto, so it's clearly like a high-speed Ditto. It should be, at least. Like... Oh no, it doesn't. It's not. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was thinking that. I forgot Ditto copies all stats anyway, so really all you do is you don't even put speed into it. I'm so sorry. I'm stupid. But anyway, he brings in Ditto. I get the critical hit here. Now this is going to sound really stupid, but I don't think that critical hit mattered. And you might be thinking, well, Pink Reaper, Conkeldur's a really bulky Pokemon. I mean, it can take less than 65% from another Conkeldur's Drain Punch. Drain Punch isn't that strong. Yes and no. That's true for Conkeldurr, but even then, my Conkeldurr is how should I put it? My Conkeldurr is... I don't even know how to explain this. Well, whatever. Let's explain it this way. Two Assault Vest Conkeldurrs fighting each other will do about 40-ish, 41, 42%, maybe a little bit more, depending on how much attack you're running, damage to each other with Drain Punch. But that's Conkeldurr versus Conkeldurr with its huge, like, 100 plus base HP. Ditto Conkeldurr only has base 50 HP. It's probably running max HP, but that doesn't really matter. Most Conkeldurrs are. So at that point, like, you're gonna take about 60+% damage anyway from Drain Punch. Now, I don't think the reason he quit is because he got salty because his Ditto died to Drain Punch, or maybe he did, maybe that's why. But here's the really important thing. The fact that I went first basically is the big decider there, because it did kill him. I got to kill more, but it didn't matter that much, because I would have killed him either way. If he attacked me first, he probably would have used either Drain Punch to try and heal, or Knock Off to knock off my item. Knock Off probably being the better of the two choices, because it meant Manectric would have a better chance at dealing with Conkeldurr. The problem is, if he'd done that, either way, he probably still would have died. Drain Punch probably would have one-hit KO'd him. I would have been at a lot more HP. And then, he doesn't really have an option against my Conkeldurr. Manectric will die if he tries to attack with it. Straight up attack with it, I mean. He can't Volt Switch out, because whatever he Volt switches out to, sorry, had trouble with that, is going to get Drain Punched. I'm just going to get my health back anyways. Would have one-hit KO'd Greninja, would have probably... I don't know how much HP Blissey was at. Oh yeah, definitely would have one-hit KO'd Blissey. He didn't really have an out here. And this is the big important part of this battle, and the thing I want to get across to you, especially when you talk about stall teams versus stall teams, or stall teams versus really, like, bulky offensive teams. I run a really bulky offensive team here. I have a couple Pokemon with really, really high attacking stats, but they focus more on bulk than anything else. Moltres is sort of the weird one. It's not necessarily super bulky. It's running off like 90 defenses and stuff like that, which isn't bad, but it's not great. It more deals with the fact that it's in this really great spot to, you know, Toxic Stall. But anyway, in battles like this, maintaining your resources is extremely important. A lot of plays I made were deliberate, wherein I healed my own Pokemon, despite the fact that they weren't at, like, super low HP, or despite the fact that I could have probably, you know, beat one of his Pokemon or put myself in another advantageous position instead, because that advantageous position might not have, like, worked out to a kill right away, and we can both heal our own team, so it didn't matter as much. Instead, what I started doing was playing towards killing specific things at specific times. I kept the rocks up. I burned Sableye specifically because I needed Sableye dead. I needed it to not burn my team. I needed it to not be taking that kind of passive damage. Lack of that passive damage, along with the fact that I could remove his entry hazards, meant he didn't have a good way to attack me. He didn't have any physical attackers, so he didn't have a good way to deal with Conkeldurr. And with his Ghost type gone, I could just Drain Punch no matter what, and I could get back, you know, health that I lost. So playing for that Sableye kill was probably the most important thing there. it was kind of bad that I let Umbreon die. I was really not expecting him to go into Greninja. But I needed... But having my Greninja, or having my Umbreon die didn't hurt me that much because it put me in that position where I could take out that Sableye. Which really, really, really helped, as you can see. The critical hit, like I said, on Ditto probably didn't matter. The fact that I went first probably did matter. But that was a coin flip, because I did knock off its Choice Scarf. I knocked off its Choice Scarf on... I went for knockoff on purpose. I went for knockoff even though he had Skarmory, who had already been knocked off, so it wouldn't really do too much against it. Because I did know he had, you know... I expected switches into random Pokemon. I either expected to sacrifice a Greninja, or I expected, you know, him maybe to throw out the Ditto. It kind of surprised me that he did throw out the Ditto, but, you know... I was also thinking, you know, it's neutral damage against pretty much anything except for Greninja, but Greninja's weak, so it doesn't matter. He didn't really maintain his resources very well, but we both were working towards it. We were both healing specific Pokemon, doing stuff like that. It's, I played with Prediction more than I usually like to, but I needed to specifically so that I could get something to happen to his, Sableye, and because, well, I'll talk about that later. I do intend to make an episode on Prediction sometime in a bit. I do intend to bring back Pokemon 101 now that Umbreon is playing X and Y Gen 6. I can collaborate with him on that. But anyways, this has just been a battle I wanted to share with you. I thought it was, you know, an okay battle. I just thought it was a pretty good showing of, you know, stall versus like bulky offense, and I expect to see a lot of defensive teams in Gen 6. I've already seen a lot. The offensive teams don't work as well as people really want them to. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. This has been Pink Reaper signing out.